Of course, we're probably not going to get what we want here, are we, JTN?
No. I won't complain if a shovel's on a pedestal. You won't hear any complaints from my end. And we're go already. Dragon Master starting off in Sanctuary. The big 50.
Well, we can at least purchase bombs with that, so cannot complain. However,
synced up shortly. Houlihan.
That makes sense. Asazas is going for the entry, or Link's house at
GT! Oh my god! I'm sorry, but we were talking about Link's house being hype while we were getting things started. I didn't think it was going to be that hype.
For those that said 2 in the game, you've already won.
Out of 216.
215, I think. We can't actually find the big key in the big chest. Ooh,
fair.
Tree pull is bombs. That's gonna help Asazas immensely.
Do we have a jet seed? I wouldn't complain about that either.
And Uncle does not have a sword, but does have effectively a bomb bag. But we do have a glove.
Well, there's one of my Sphere Zeros found. Dude over on the tracking side, of course, couldn't do this without him. He wants to see an early flute, so we don't want to see the troll. We've seen him enough today. He can go away.
You've seen enough of the troll, or you've seen enough of someone else? I don't know if I understood that phrasing.
I've seen enough of the troll seeds. They've just been all over the place today. It's enough. We need something nice and clean and simple. But this is rando. We're not probably going to get that anyway. Azaza's in the escape.
Makes sense. 3 chests available. Has the bombs to get in. Number 1, big 20. Number 2, bomb bag. Number 3, piece of heart. Don't think it paid off as well as he had hoped.
And Dragon Master farming the coin flip bomb bushes south of Haunted Grove. Not successful yet. Just buy him. You got 275 bucks, dude.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, and Dragon Master is probably hoping to save. There's one bomb. Probably hoping to save it in case of King Zora ripoffs.
But he's probably going to use that bomb to go to the sealed house, where you can farm bombs pretty cheap. Nope, instead he's just going to go straight charge to the race game.
Well, it is Keysanity. The chances of actually having something on the race game, it's decently high. Bush Crab has magic. Asazas is not going for it. Instead, we're going to see what's in the Lumberjack. Race game results, big key. I did not get a good look at Lumberjack.
I'll check the restream. I didn't get a good glance either.
Race game was big key to Skull Woods. Not as important of a big key as Ganon's Tower, especially since you don't even need the big key for Skull Woods in order to finish the dungeon.
Even on the restream, I didn't see it.
I did see the library contain 20 rupees. We're not going to worry about that. And Mushroom Spot contains a piece of heart. More items coming up. Full heart container for Asazas.
Full heart container in the back of the bar.
Well, cross item sync, I guess?
Yeah. This is basically standard North Kakariko versus South Kakariko, and Dragon Master buying his bombs.
Yeah, we had to figure a bomb purchase was coming in at some point. Now we just have to see our runners meet up with each other as we clean out the rest of Kakariko.
Thank you, TNT, for that clip. That'll be worthwhile in an hour plus when this is all over.
Chicken Coop not having anything worthwhile.
Zaza's in Blind's hut.
5 chests available here. First one, rupees. Big key to Turtle Rock. Dragon Master got small key to Thieves Town. Ether. We've got a lot of stuff right now.
Thieves Town small key. That's nice to get.
And the well already starting with a lot of money.
Big 100. That'll pay for the bottle vendor, as there's the big key for Eastern in the back of it. Piece of heart, dollar, bomb bag.
That is an early... I mean, we've already found 4 big keys out of the 11 in the game within 5 minutes. This is kind of unheard of, I think.
Village of Big Keys. I have seen a seed that has had 3 big keys in each of 2 dungeons that logically fell sequential to each other. So this is a bit unusual, but not exactly unheard of. Now,
That
Ether is nice, but you can't use it without a sword.
That is an excellent point. 3 medallions out there, Bombos, Ether, and Quake. But we need a weapon to channel that magical power.
And likewise, we need magic in the magic beaters, which Dragonmaster does not have currently. I like chat's calling it the BK seed. Have it your way.
I prefer Wendy's. Regardless of your food preferences, we need to think about routing preferences, because right now our runners have effectively have effectively met each other. So, within logic, do you prefer going south to the dam and then working your way to Mini Moldorm, or checking out Eastern Palace?
I am a South Shore fan. Normally, the way I will start a seed is I'll go Link's house, open that, save and quit, go straight to Sank, and make my way from a North Kakariko route. Once I get past the library and race game area, I'll save and quit, head back to Link's house. If I've got a sword, I'll start making my way up towards Escape and do that side. Otherwise, I'm South Shore. Either way, I'll interchange and do the other of those two probably right after. That's my preferred route. But then again, I play open more than Keysanity.
I wish to thank Keepy00 in chat for pointing out Lumberjack only has 20 rupees. And in the meantime, going into the dam, we had a small key to Palace of Darkness.
1 of 6, and of course you got to be on the lookout for that soft lock.
Not as likely to happen, especially at this stage of the game.
You say this, yet I once saw almost saw someone drown the key in Swamp Palace, so... If you have 4 keys for pod, you're okay, just as long as you can bomb jump and have the way of going around the front door. 5 keys, you can either bomb jump or avoid the front door. 6 keys, you open up all the pod bay doors.
Well, let's right now deal with this infestation of mini Moldorms. Have to use bombs at this point.
Yeah, Mini Moldworm Cave, the cave that I prefer to call Hype Cave. 5 locations behind that door. And oh, the bombs. Oh, the bombs.
How about, oh, the heart drops, because that's what we've been getting. Okay, there's that big 20 in the end. What's the reward? Compass, Tower of Hera. Another big key, Swamp Palace.
Nice. Thief has big 20.
Small key, Meyer, we don't care about that one.
Hype Index, 3 out of 10. Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
So, the reason why we say that the Misery Mire small key is not really that big of a deal,
What?
you actually don't need to bring any keys in.
And 1, it's not a big key. I mean, if you want to go literal, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, boo! I can't even boo with a straight face. So while I recover from a bad pun, how about we check out what's in the Ice Rod Cave?
I just love the poetic justice if we find an Ice Rod here. No, it's a Moon Pearl! Even better!
Now, the interesting thing here, with both Moon Pearl and Power Gloves, King Zora and Well, King Zor is technically in logic. Waterfall of the Wishing, we can sequence break into with fake flippers, get 2 chests.
Yeah, Dragon Master should probably think about possibly doing that whole fake flipper or hobo. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
For those that are new to this, you have to basically be 1 pixel away from the screen transition, or as close as you can, leap off, and press the other direction on that 1 frame you have. You can hold it if you want. Buffering is allowed.
Ta-da! Dragon Master pulls it off, and he's hoping to get $136 before he finds his way to Zora.
First, what's on the island today? Bottle.
Eeyore. And it's a bee in a bottle, so that might be helpful against him off later if we're low on weapons still. Those big keys have been popping out of the woodwork, but progression items, not so much.
Agreed. And if we have a progression item on the camper over here, this is a sequence break then.
That it would be.
Well, map to Tower of Hera, I mean, we'll know whether it's a crystal or a pendant at least.
If someone checks their map. Asazas is heading over towards our good friend Salad Shooter.
Yep, Semalema Ding Dong, I think that's his name.
Sassafras, Sarsaparilla, whatever you want to call him. He's here. He's got 3 items in the back house.
While Dragon Master is going for the 2 in the water house. Maybe we'll also learn about the green pendant location. Misery Mire.
Family heirloom is mired in the details. And mushroom mitts and a burrito for Skullwoods. Hello, Dark World Access in Sphere 0.
And a Misery Mire big key in the Waterfall of the Wishing, but we now know that's the green pendant. Interestingly enough, Azazaz did not explore Eastern Palace right now.
Small key on Zoral Edge.
We have found 6 out of 11 big keys right now. This is insane, if not keysane.
Ugh. I deserve that pun.
Well, maybe Dragon Master will... I mean, Dragon Master is definitely going to get the mitts. Azazaz is making the early dive into the Dark World and is going to check out Value Woods.
I don't personally put a lot of value in the woods. I think of it more like the current state of Bitcoin.
Fluctuates too much, you never know when it's going to fall.
Exactly. You put the value, you think it's going to be good, and you're completely disappointed. You don't expect the price to raise, and now it's astronomical.
Oh my gosh, we have a vanilla small key in Skull Woods. That's not the vanilla small key.
Is this seed even randomized? Oh, actually putting the key to use for the shortcut door. And avoiding that vanilla small key since it's just opened that door down there. Okay, interesting choice. Nice rod!
There's that value that I was looking for. Dragon Master going into Eastern.
Not a lot of value, though, if Turtle Rock is a pendant. So, potential value. Bring in the speculators.
You are correct. It hasn't been completely realized yet, so if anything, it's almost like, stock market money in a way. Shouldn't have taken stock in that big chest, though. First chest in Eastern, just aero capacity.
Is Azaz dying or death warping?
That was a death warp in that case. Just getting some extra health.
Oh, just a health refresh, essentially. Okay. And Dragon Master is heading to the east side of East Palace. We'll see what's in what normally contains a map.
The Sanctuary Heart.
Nice.
Ooh, Azazaz is going for the Gibdo chest, as I sometimes call it. You have to worry about the Gibdos while dealing with this slow-moving statue, or statue that you push slowly, just to get it on a button in the hopes that you can sneak in and not get hugged.
I think you could put Gibdos on ice, could you?
We may not need to worry.
Dragonmaster looking in the chest normally has a compass. It's another heart.
And another vanilla Skullwood small key.
Who rolled this seed?
That would be Clifford.
What are toes? Eastern
There's-
Palace big chest.
Well, there is, your vanilla King Zora access. Along with the small key on the ledge.
Yeah, Fake Flipper's not doing a whole heck of a lot. Dragon Master stumbling through the dark room saying, I don't need to follow his stinking logic, but what does the cape block today? Just a vanilla piece heart.
Alright, Bumper Cave, we don't have to worry about. I'm sure our runners appreciate that. Alright, sequence broken Eastern Palace chest. What do we have here? Bombs.
Zazas going into the C-shaped house in Dark Village.
What was in... Right, Big Chest had the flippers. Map to Turtle Rock. That'll help if Azazaz does check the map.
Crystals.
I did not see if they were pyramid crystals or not, though.
I'll get a double check on the restream. I was seeing blue, not red. Couldn't quite catch the numbers, but I saw blue crystals, not red ones.
Small Shield is the first chest in Thieves Town.
Babies for a shield.
Second one. Small key to Palace of Darkness. That's 2.
We're a third of the way there. And ironically enough, Thieves Town, not one of the dungeons we actually have a big key for. As Dragon Master takes the sign, he's going to go visit the uncle. Instead, he wants his 8 bombs first. Can't blame him for that one.
Third chest, arrow capacity or actual arrows couldn't tell. Fourth one, piece of heart. That's all of Thieves Town that we can explore right now, so Azazaz is taking the Death Warp, and we should see the rest of the Village of Outcasts.
Yep, can do that whole big sweep that we were talking about beforehand. We just don't have the mirror to optimally do it. Can head down towards Digging Game and then out towards Hype Cave and clear a lot of the Dark Overworld.
But first, the treasure chest game. Piece of heart, new heart container.
And looks like Dragon Master's going down to the depths of the castle. Maybe see things in Zelda's chest? Katie?
Well, with 18 bombs, certainly has the power to get through, but I would have preferred a more reliable weapon, honestly.
Also, Dragon Master doesn't have the ice rod, so he's going to be bombing his whole way down here. No wonder he picked up the 8-pack.
Well, there's some more bombs for the trouble. Alright, let's let a little bit loose here. Let's go digging.
Yep, I'll let you keep track of things happening on Dragon Master's side. I'll give you an accurate dig count once it's done. Last commentary I did, we saw all 30.
Alright. More bombs have to be delivered to these guards. 2 more before we encounter the Ball and Chain Knight.
22 digs for a mirror! That's nice.
Extremely nice. Now we can actually do that full route you were talking about.
Yep, Cave 45's in there. If we find some boots, that'll add King's Tomb on the cemetery side. And whole left half the overworld is a big check mark. Also, Jeremiah doesn't need a world tour.
The chest that was above Zelda's cell was only a compass. I did not catch where, though. Alright. The blacksmith...
Oh,
Go ahead.
It's not often you see pot strats on the cell guard, but Zelda's cell not premising out. What about that, Smith? What's he making today?
It's a heartsmith. Maybe the purple chest will have something better for us.
This time on the U.S. East Coast, this is more of a dinner break than a lunch break. I like the fact that the digging game was done beforehand, because if you've got that chest around, digging game is a no-go.
Indeed. The digger, or the digging game host, who in some circles is called Alec Baldwin for some reason, I still need to learn why, doesn't like it when anything follows Link.
Ask the Shades. He gave me an explanation. I forgot what it was and all the craziness of the seed I was on with him earlier, but he mentioned why, and I just don't remember. But Cave 45 with a big 20.
Dragonmaster about to uncover the 2 vanilla Skullwoods keys.
And a very nice
one. Stumpy with a heart container.
Dragon Master's like, oh, right, wait, I could go that way. Oh, enemy in the way. Now, if only they had the book, Azazas could check Bombo's tablet here.
Check, but not claim. We're still missing a sword.
What are those?
We will take boots. And now Azazaz is dashing over to what I still call Hype Cave.
I prefer to call it the Cave of Questionable Value. I don't put that much hype on this cave.
We'll see what happens, Mr. 3 out of 10 Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, this has got to be better than that, though. 300? Okay.
Alright, 300's a good start. Piece of Heart. 20. Small key to Dark Palace. And small key to Hyrule Castle, 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I gotta give it a bit more hype. The 300 was nice. 4 out of 10. Still would not hype that cave. So...
Go ahead.
So with the boots in the lunchbox, does that mean those were the work shoes?
Possibly. Also, I did catch the Pyramid Crystals. Ice Palace and Eastern.
And poor Dragon Master with those Gyptos. They are not fun. But Ice Rod strats, you got a problem with 2 enemies, throw one at the other.
How long does the Ice Rod last in this situation?
I think it just does.
Alright, Azazaz is now heading towards Eastern, where the flippers will await. Dragon Master dealing with the statue dance. There we go.
Gonna find his vanilla ice cream here.
And rage punching the chest.
rage sign language to that chest. Yes, you can't call them rage slashes because at 24.5 minutes we still have no sword.
And we're not going to get one in Eastern right now. So right now, based off of... Our runners still have plenty of places they can check out.
They can turn in mushrooms.
They can turn in the mushroom. That would be a good way to route King Zora in once all the money is gathered. We still need to check out Agina's Cave. We have the Bonk Rocks available. We have Graveyard Ledge. We have King's Tomb. If we wish to sequence break, we can actually get almost everything, at least on the early part of Death Mountain.
Yep, we can rescue Gary if you don't mind hunting through the dark, and also the Spectacle Rock items.
We can
also can actually get up to Tower of Hera.
Yeah, we can actually access 2 chests right now in Tower of Hera, which that may be important. There was a seed I saw earlier where Tower of Hera had all the value.
Yep, those 2 being the first item down the front left side and the back of the main room. Well, we can get to the 3rd chest in the basement. Well, we don't have the key to access it, nor do we have the fire source to light the torches. A lamp would be helpful.
Agreed with that. However, Asazas is now light on his feet. Well, if you're in the water anyway.
Yep, his run's starting to go swimmingly. Sorry.
I think our joke quality is dipping. We both make bad jokes.
That's why this works. Dragonmaster starting the route through the first 4 chests of Thieves Town in for the disappointment there. And Azaza's over in Eastern retracing Dragonmaster's previous steps. So, since we're not going to find any info for a while, I'm still shocked by that GT Big Key location. Right in the middle of Link's house, he had it all the time.
Agreed. I wonder, did Ganon try to invade Link in his sleep and just accidentally drop the key?
Possibly.
Well, if we were given such a generous gift, we have to wonder what is going to troll our runners.
Well, Azaza's in the Bonk Rocks. There's an early-ish flute, so there you go, dude.
Yep.
Now we don't have to worry about hunting through the dark for the mountain. It's in logic.
At the near 28-minute mark, we can now flute away. We do not have audio on Azazaz's side, so we will not cover the national anthem just yet. But just know that Azazaz is able to go almost anywhere.
The duck is, on his side, amok.
And now Dragon Master is going to get that mirror, most likely.
You know, if this were a Plando and I was the person writing it, I would probably have 2 medallions come pretty soon, and then just the sword, bury it somewhere deep.
Speaking of medallion, we may actually get that check. That check was very fast.
Alright, looks like I'll head over to the replay booth, see if I can see what we need to get in the mire.
And I'll watch out for the Mire Shed. Nothing of importance there. Dragon Master has the magic mirror now.
And my eyesight is horrible. Das lost it in chat. That lost it in chat says ether, apparently. But the trackers is quack.
We will hopefully get clarification. Checkerboard Cave only having bombs. So how about Agina's cave?
Well, then also those holding on to the idea of a swordless run for a while. Skullwoods is a crystal. There's a curtain that blocks them off. Therefore, a sword will be needed.
And Agina does not have that sword. We have crossed 30 minutes. We have 10 hearts. We have boots available. We have flippers available. We basically have almost every mobile item available. But we don't have the weapons.
We have a ripoff available and no money to pay him with. Both our runners under the big 500.
And I think Azazaz is going to at least check the desert ledge and maybe dip into Desert Palace. What's on the ledge? Piece of heart.
Vanilla.
Alright, Desert Palace.
I like this play with boots. You can check the item that is on the torch.
Indeed, we have access to 2 out of the 6 item locations right now. 2 items are locked behind the small key, 2 locked behind the big key. First item, silvers!
No crazy get and fight today, thank goodness.
And second item. Have to get around the levers, I believe. Lantern!
Alright! Goodbye, dark rooms. I don't like seeing them anyway. Kinda hard to commentate when you can't see what's on screen.
Alright. All dark rooms are now in logic. So we can technically rescue the old man in the Death Mountain Ascent.
And that's where Azaza's going. Good call.
I wasn't even trying to make it a call there, but we'll take it. And it's a good thing Dragon Master is in Hype Cave right now because I wanted to review that last key. Hyrule Castle, right. That's not a key that we actually track.
But it does give access to the dark room in the back of his keep?
Technically, we don't need that. We only need that to cross over to the 3 chests.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sword!
Sword!
Old man had it!
Gary! So, at 32 minutes, Gary with the sword. That must be a relief.
Wait, how do you tell the difference between Gary the lunchbox person, who has the boots, and Gary the old man up the mountain?
You don't? I mean, ask a simple question, get a simple answer.
Fair point. It seems like everyone is called Gary in this game.
Except Jeremiah. He's a bullfrog. Was a good friend of mine.
But his real form is that of a dwarf. So, maybe David, if you wish to push the gnome concept? While we figure out our identity crisis, Azazaz is going into Tower of Hera. 2 items accessible right now. Well, hold on, we have a small key. If this is vanilla, that becomes 3. It is not vanilla. It's the Palace of Darkness.
1 pod key away, well, 1 pod key and a hammer away from hammer yumpable dungeon there. As Dragon Master picks up his first bottle from the Lake Island, he can go see Sick Kid whenever he wants.
For some reason, I think that's the 4th Palace of Darkness key, so we actually could pull it off.
That is. Yeah. No hammer, though, so can't quite, but we have enough keys if you know how to hammer yump.
And Azazaz is heading back into Village of Outcasts. Dragon Master going to check out the Pyramid Ledge. He does have 700, though.
Yeah, that Dark World portal there is the only one that's accessible because of the lack of hammer. So if you're going to Dark World, you gotta do it by the village and take a very long run around. Dragon Master climbing up the pyramid, gonna see what's on here today.
And Azaz is heading towards King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge. Pyramid Ledge, we don't care about it. It's just 20 rupees. Dragon Master has all the money necessary at this point.
He's 10 short. 500 for Zora, 110 for Kiki, and 100 for a big bomb.
Well, we're not going to worry about the big bomb for a while. There's the second bottle on the Graveyard Ledge.
Another B-Torp.
Ah, mushroom time.
Yeah, if you forget you haven't turned in the mushroom, that fact is gonna badger you for a while.
Alright, what is the potion brewing today? Second shield. King's Tomb. Fire Rod.
Fire Rod is nice, and I'm sad to see the bee go on Dragon Master's side. Not gonna put it to use against the moth. Which I think might actually be the best weapon against the moth the runners have at this point.
At the very least, Skullwoods is completely clearable now. And right now, both runners are making similar paths. We're going to see Catfish.
Catfish Zora combo is very route efficient. Both these locations kind of out of the way, so if you can bring them together, all the better. As Zaza's gonna also upgrade to blue goo, looks like. At least some goo, because that is.
Catfish has a key to Misery Mire.
Well, as I was saying, let his bee go, but he went for a green potion and not refilling the bottle again, because he's realizing, oh, I'm under the 500 for Zora now.
I believe the Zora ledge contained a small key.
Yeah, that's nice, but King Ripoff will not be accessible to Zaza's here.
Well, let's see if it's a ripoff or not. King Zora, what do you have today? Compass.
A ripoff!
To Ganon's Tower. Well,
Have a bomb! Sure, why not?
We don't need the compass to Ganon's Tower when we've already got the big key to the place. Well, have another pod key. Why not?
So that puts Dragon Master at 4. But we know where 5 are. I think.
That is correct. Once Azazaz takes care of the camper and then heads up to King Zora, hopefully, he'll have 5. So, at this point, we're running out of places to check within the logic. Now, enter almost any dungeon we want at this point. As far as overworld locations go, it's only Sick Kid. I don't think either runner has checked that yet. We have access to a number of dungeons right now for further exploration. Palace of Darkness. We can access Ice we can.
Oh, Fire Rod! Yeah, I just realized that.
It's okay. Our runners are moving quickly. And Dragon Master is going to soar very soon. So yeah, Palace of Darkness, Ice Palace, Swamp Palace, Misery Mire. Desert Palace, we've already gotten both items, so we can't do much with that. Skullwoods, completely clearable. While we think about the possibilities, here's Hyrule's National Anthem.
All rise. You may now be seated as the waterfall fairy fills your bottle with green goo for free. Saves you $60.
And Azazaz is making the correct play in this case, going to get that Palace of Darkness small key. As Dragon Master turns in a bottle to the sick kid.
Big key!
Ice Palace. Ooh.
So how many big keys was that in the village total? Like 4 or 5?
Effectively, yes. We are only missing big keys for Desert, Tower of Hera, Palace of Darkness, and Thieves Town.
And I think of all those, Thieves Town is the most annoying one. So if you're our runners, which dungeon do you dip first?
That will depend on if you feel that this may be a pedestal seed. We actually haven't talked about that yet. We only know of one pendant location, and that is Misery Mire. Any item that you would need by logic to complete Misery Mire cannot be on the pedestal, so that will automatically eliminate the Cane of Samaria. We have 2 other pendant dungeons. We don't know what they are yet. At least I haven't seen anything on the trackers yet for that.
No new info from Dragon Master's map check there. Nor from that map check.
I actually gained some new info from that check, so thank you, Dragon Master. And thanks again to our tracker dude for keeping up with this.
Oh?
Azazaz is going to complete Skullwoods at this point, as Dragon Master gets the silvers.
Dragon Master, without the big key to Desert, can't full clear it, however. Everything else necessary to do so has been discovered.
So the reason why I was unsure about entering Skullwoods right now is this is where the pedestal is in the Light World. Without the book...
You want a book before you do this, yeah.
Of course, it could be in this chest right here.
Nope, it's big 20.
I was hoping. Well, it is good that we take Mothula out. The question is that moth actually guarding something of worth? Besides the crystal, of course.
Besides the crystal, yeah, because that is definite worth. He's going to have to go down eventually. Might as well get him out of the way now. And when you're in autopilot mode like this, it's not necessarily a bad idea to give yourself a moment to think of, okay, where am I going to go to after this? And sort of have time to think while you're still running onward.
At this point, unless Mothula grants a progression item, it has to be one of the other 4 dungeons that we had talked about earlier. So between Palace of Darkness, Ice Palace, Swamp Palace, and Misery Mire, which one would you go in first?
Pod, it's got the most items. There's 14 locations that could have something in Pod. You go for the highest density. Ice Palace you don't do because you need a hammer to full clear it. But, oh, the number of times I've seen the hammer in there makes me question myself. This is why I don't run Keysanity. I run open.
Dragon Master at the 43-minute mark gets a sword, as Azazaz is hoping to use Fire Rod strats against Mothula, refills with that potion.
That free green goo.
Has to not knock Mothula into the spikes, it negates the damage. And gets it.
With no magic to spare. For a big 20.
Still, at the 44-minute mark, we have our first crystal.
Dragon Master gambling on Hera.
This, I believe, was a Palace of Darkness key.
Correct.
Yep. And Azazaz is heading to Misery Mire, I believe.
Meyer to check the shed and checkerboard first, unless he's already done those.
I believe the shed was already checked, so
Come on, toss the bird, please.
let's make sure the bird lands first. It lands. So the question is, once control is regained, what will Azazaz do?
Head in. Boo, no bird toss.
Misery Mire, 8 chests available. With the big key in hand, we have access to 7 item locations.
And I believe one vanilla. Wait, 7 locations? Not all. Oh, right, no cane. But it could be vanilla.
It could be. There was a match that Shades and I called where that was the go mode item. And it was in that vanilla spot.
Speaking of Shades, I was with him earlier today with the the hunt for the sword. I thank goodness that didn't happen again. Compass, chest, and Meyer just having bombs.
Yep, not what we're looking for. And we are going to go straight to the waiting game. I call this the waiting game because you light the 4 torches and you have to wait a very long time.
I think this is probably the biggest wall move in the game. Because there's one here, there's one in desert, and there's one in pod. I think those are the only 3.
I cannot think of any more. Alright. Vanilla...
Big key chest.
Hammer!
Stop! Hammer time! That's huge.
Agreed. This is
So after this, straight to
necessary.
pod.
Yeah, pretty much. Except
And it's up! Oh, and by the way, this is a pendant dungeon. Just gonna add that to the mix.
I don't know if we can immediately think about Palace of Darkness because we don't have the bow to finish it.
Oh.
You alright there, you alright there, JTN?
The annoyance of not being able to enter a dungeon and instantly full clear it. The probability of double dip is just irking me slightly.
Be thankful that this isn't shaping up to be a triple dip right now.
Well, I mean, it's bad enough we're in a pendant dungeon that is necessary for progression. Heck, who knows? Maybe Vinny's holding something huge.
Well, there's the mirror shield, so there's laser bridge safety for Turtle Rock. Ooh, Dragon Master had to use that potion, but is back in it.
Successfully burns them off. Big chest with bombos!
And that is all we can get out of Misery Mire. We need the Cane of Samaria to finish it, if we're going to come back. Dragon Master now with the first crystal in his possession.
Bombos, fire rod, hammer, ice palace?
Azaz is thinking Palace of Darkness first.
Yeah, because ice doesn't have hardly the number of items. I think it's like 8 or something?
8 is correct. Now, we know that this is the right call to spend money on because King Zora only has a compass. The compass actually gives you the chest counter at the bottom of the HUD. You guys at home, and gals and those with other titles, may have already seen that. Most of the time, our runners will not care about that as much.
It's more of a help for our end of things. Oh, Romeo Gaming's 499 sub. Thank you for supporting Speed Gaming. Enjoy all those oh gosh, you're a supporter of all 4 with all 4 GG flags. Nice!
Well, I am sure Remiel supports this play into pod. First chest coming up in the statue room. Small key to Turtle Rock.
That's our first of 4. You need 3 to full complete, but if you think you're being trolled by the island of lava, you'll want to have all 4.
Indeed. Dragon Master about to pick up the second bottle. As Azazaz is going to knock out the vanilla big key spot in Palace of Darkness, I think.
Yep, that's normally what's there. Earlier today, this was a completely vanilla key. Oh gosh, vanilla pod keys. They're so trolly. Boing!
We'll take a hook shot.
So now Swamp Palace is the obvious conclusion after this. Azaz's almost, I think, trying to decide, do I actually leave and just go straight to Swamp without knowing whether it's a pen or a crystal?
And Dragon Master is going for that Dark Escape chest right now. 4th chest in Palace of Darkness, 50 rupees.
Dark Chest of Castle, big key to pod!
Oh, Azaz needs to head out.
So trolly.
Well, at least Azaz is getting paid for his work. Kind of.
Big old 300 there above the hallway. I guess it's the best way to describe this, the dark hallway.
We have a compass and another small key to Turtle Rock. I think the seed is trying to tell us something.
But by God, we don't have the cane yet. Or do we even know what medallion's going to open the rock up?
Another compass, Desert Palace. And Azazaz is going potentially for the hammer jump.
Oh, yep, that's a hammer jump. We're seeing the pause buffering.
Got out of the double pixel position to throw the bomb, trying to save some time, but has to be back in position before it blows up.
He got it! But he doesn't have the big key to open the big chest.
Well, hopefully these small chests make it worthwhile. First one.
Swag.
No complaining with a bug net here. Second one. Small key to Meyer. That's the last one.
So, speaking of swag, that usually leads to swag and M, which I believe is dead.
We have Hammer... yeah, Aghanim is dead. Okay, Dragon Master has to be careful. Can take one hit during this escort. Alright, we're good. So at this point, where do you think our runners are going to go?
That hook shot is going to lead Azazaz towards Swamp. It is a it's an unknown, never mind. Oh, he's just going to go for a swim.
Towards ice?
Uh-oh. I believe it's full clearable.
If you can do the bomb jump.
Well, he just did hammer jump, so that would indicate yes.
And Big Key is on hand, so all items can be claimed. Right now, Dragonmaster is going through Palace of Darkness, but he has that big key, so he can check one more location. And who knows what's going to be there. First chest in Ice Palace. 50 rupees.
Boing, Dragonmaster now also armed with a hookshot.
And Dragonmaster... Okay, going up the stairs. I was worried for a second.
Going around that right side. That's a thing. So once Azaz takes out these Stalfos here, he'll be in what I like to call the second least favorite room in the game.
What's the least favorite?
Chain Chomps, Turtle Rock.
Should have realized that one. But this conveyor belt room is not fun either. Alright, Azaz does have the block set up for this bomb jump. Has to get aligned, move down just a little bit, don't completely cover up the third spike, and there you go.
Yeah, that's probably one of the easier bomb jumps to do. I remember a couple weeks ago, Willard G. Bradley was in chat and pretty much spelled it all out for us in chat.
I actually find it to be one of the more difficult ones, but I had Dr. Bobtastic help walk me through it.
And that's the great thing about this community. Everybody is so helpful. Unlike Dead Rocks, who are never helpful.
Agreed on that. Dragonmaster also going for the hammer jump. Azaz is going to dive, take out these... I wish I could remember the names
Freeze
of these.
orders.
Thank you. And Azaz, why are you skipping the big chest? Why are you attempting a bomb jump? I'm not sure I understand this routing choice.
Because he wants to clear the right side, just for a full clear of the dungeon. Because you can also hookshot through the moving blocks to access the big chest coming around the other way.
Speaking of big chest, it only had 20 rupees in Palace of Darkness, so Azaz is not missing much.
Except a Helmosaur. It was also locked behind a big key door. As has shown us why you like to have the hammer coming into Ice Palace.
Yes, these metal whack-a-mole things. All for the map to Eastern Palace. We already know it's a pyramid crystal. How about this chest? Compass to Thieves Town. We want the big key to Thieves Town, though.
Dragonmaster with that hookshot, he's going to go checking East Death Mountain, probably both worlds, since he's got the... Oh yeah, definitely both worlds. Hookshot Cave, Paradox Cave, that's probably nearly 20 items available for Dragonmaster.
And a near vanilla blue tunic in Ice Palace.
Not progression, but definitely helpful. As Dragonmaster starts on the bottom/top of Paradox Cave. 2 chests here, what do we got?
Make the call.
By God, that's gotta be Kane! And a small key to GT.
Misery Mire is full clearable now. But we still have 5 more chests in Paradox Cave to look at. Map to desert.
Third
Bottle number 3.
I think that was a arrow capacity upgrade in the third one.
I believe so. Fourth one, compass to swamp and piece of heart.
So now we have 1/3 of the wrestling trio.
I'm only familiar with the Cane of Samaria as being the wrestling item. What are the other two?
You got the other cane of Daniel Bryan, and I think I was the one that coined this one. Shades liked it. He might be using it in the future. John Cena's cape, because you can't see him.
I am so out of touch with that community, so I'll take your word for it. Super Bunny Cave right now with 20 rupees and a full heart container. Azazaz is heading back into close to the big chest in Ice Palace. I still believe the tea room chest or ice tea room still needs to be uncovered. Did you get to see what was on the Hookshot Cave Island?
Arrow capacity upgrade.
Thank you. And both medallion dungeons require ether this time. Hookshot Cave, little bit of love. Big key to Tower of Hera, good thing that's close by. Master Sword!
Well,
And
Ganon's defeatable now.
And some bombs. And Dragon Master is heading there. Oh, nice dodge of the Lionel Fire.
Master Sword, but don't you need a book to do ether? Nope, he is going up Tower of Hera. See what kind of mood Trolldorm's in today.
Alright, I had missed what was in the iced tea room. Big chest, only 10 arrows. Azazaz is probably going to attempt to finish off Ice Palace right now.
I never remember what makes the iced tea room the iced tea room.
Sideways tea.
Sideways. Oh, now I see it.
Alright, Dragon Master taking the intentional death. Full on hearts thanks to that fairy. We're going to see the top 3 items of Tower of Hera while Azazaz heads down to see Cold Stare.
So Dragon Master will soon be on the 7th floor, and Azazaz is in the 7th basement.
That was a bow. We have a bow in front of the big chest.
And bacon!
And the tempered sword. Tower of Hera has value again.
Tower of value. I love it.
Cold Stare goes down. The other tunic is on Cold Stare.
Armor Palace, apparently. So, what would be the best thing for Moldworm to have? Thieves Town Big Key?
I agree with Thieves Town Big Key.
I'll
Magic
take
ain't
half
bad.
magic. No complaints here.
Now, with the Cane of Samaria the Dragon Master has, he may be tempted to go into Misery Mire, take out that dungeon entirely. We'll get the hammer in that case.
Also can turn in the heirloom to Salad Shooter.
But first going to warp the long way, probably to take care of either Spiral Cave. Yep, Spiral Cave.
No long walk of shame today. It's a quick dash around.
Mark's Mango, neither runner has seen the basement item in the Tower of Hera yet. We are still missing that small key. Small key. Where's the Swamp Palace small key going to be?
Oh no! I was hoping you wouldn't mention that.
You knew it had to come up at some point, JTN.
Yeah, I know, but it could be a pendant. It might not come up. We don't know yet. I say we worry about the Swamp Small Key if we confirm that it's a crystal in that palace. I know it's got 10 items, but... Or 10 skippable items, potentially, still.
Dragon Master is heading towards Misery Mire, I believe, as Azazaz is cleaning up Paradox Cave. And we have a second chance at your fan-preferred bird toss here. What is Dragon Master going to do with the bird?
Shoot the bird! Nice. I'll accept that.
It is the Murder Dactyl. I will also accept that.
Well, Wolfman, if we're talking about potentials, there are still required items out there. The pedestal has yet to be checked. I could still potentially dig this seed, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's at least... Well, let's double check. Right now, we have Desert Palace as a confirmed pendant. We have Misery Mire as a confirmed pendant. We are still missing a pendant dungeon. It's either going to be Palace of Darkness, Swamp Palace, or Thieves' Town. So, based off of those items, I'm trying to think of what would be useful in the pedestal.
Thieves' Town big key?
That would require Thieves' Town to be a crystal, which is possible.
Or it could be, if we're looking for keys that are linked there, your favorite Swamp Small Key right there.
That is also possible, but we need to confirm what the third pendant is first. If we
Pod
end
is
up...
full clearable. I think that might be our determiner, whoever goes to pod first, and... Oh, Azaza's going into T-Rock.
Maybe. It could be that Azaz is just going to check. Dragon Master now has the hammer. Since both of our runners did the hammer jump successfully, both of them can actually full clear Palace of Darkness.
Yep, that sixth key not needed for either of them.
And Azazaz is leaving Turtle Rock open, just wanted to open the place up.
Is he going to Spike Cave?
No, going to Hera.
He got the big key, that's right.
Which means Azazaz is going to get Tempered Sword and Bow.
Spike's not even in the logic yet, because we have no invincibility item.
We do have a number of bottles, so maybe that counts? I mean, 15 hearts, we have access to filling up a bottle with potion.
I think Cape plus bottle or Kane O'Brien is the logic to unlock that location, if I remember right. I could totally be wrong here, though.
I will admit, that is the tricky one for me to remember here.
Azaz picking up the bow. Dragon Master on the way down to Vidi. Chat saying either Brian and half magic or cape and bottle. Or a combination of invincibility item and half magic or bottle. So For Dragon Master, it might actually be in the logic here.
Yeah, I'll admit, on my personal tracker, I have Spike Cave marked as possible.
So it'd be a bit of a sequence break, but doable, I guess is the way to interpret that.
Definitely doable. Oh, speaking of doable, Trolldor
Oh!
managed to...
The penalty box!
Yep.
Trolldorm falls 1.
Ding!
Ah, so you were watching earlier.
Who else do you think made that clip of the sword?
Oh, that was you. Okay. I just got lost in the moment. I didn't notice who made the clip, but I know the clip was there.
Dragon Master about to take on Vitreous, Azazaz trying to get revenge on Trolldorm. Trolldorm speeding up.
Got him. Silvers for Vitreous makes it pretty easy, as long as you don't get hit by lightning.
But in this case, Vitreous, easy peasy lemon squeezy, whatever the heck that means. And the reward, a
Sake
map.
burrito.
Misery Mire.
Oh, it's the You Are Here map. Nice. But we'll see what the heirloom gets turned into, hopefully pretty soon.
So, nope, that map check didn't reveal anything extra, Dragon Master, sorry. Azazaz is going into Turtle Rock.
Oh boy.
As stated earlier by JTN, 3 keys minimum to get to the end of the dungeon, 4 keys for a full clear. As you see with the compass that Azazaz has of this place, 12 treasure chests.
That is the second largest only to Pod.
Starting off with Magic Powder.
Do you want to do a fetch quest? Doesn't have to be a fetch quest.
No. Insert okay, bye here. I was not prepared to sing that.
You don't want me singing either, trust me. And Dragon Master's gonna finish up Pod, looks like. So, Divergence again.
If I've counted correctly, there are 3 treasure chests left for Dragon Master to get. 2 on the bow path, which he's going in right now, and King Helmasaur himself. Big key to desert is in Turtle Rock.
I hate it when one dungeon unlocks the next. It's so nice when they're all overworld and you have to make the gamble of doing them in the right order. So the last big key is gonna be Thieves' Town, apparently.
That is correct. I have no other big keys available to mark. Well, there's that John Cena cape you talked about.
I didn't see that coming, but oh, and a Quake! Full collection of medallions.
And while we were focused on that, I had actually missed what was in the Chain Chomp room. Chat, can you help us out?
Bombs.
Oh well.
That is my least favorite room in the game, by the way. Chomp room.
I think it's almost everyone's least favorite room in the game.
At least as long as you're not in the Randomizer.
True. Now, alright, Azazaz is going to pick up this small key. Do you think he's going to use it?
Nope, he's gonna steal it.
Remember, folks, Azazaz only came in with 2 small keys, so we're still missing 1 in order to beat the dungeon. So I don't think even Laser Bridge is accessible right now.
But it is Laser Bridge. It could have something of import. Could have that Thieves' Town big key. Could have a book.
It could, but we need 1 more key to get in there. At least if I've counted... Oh, right, Azazaz stole it. Never mind.
You know what I would love to see in that laser bridge area? 2 castle tower keys.
But Aghanim is confirmed dead at this point.
But he's still got chests.
You only need 1 castle tower key for that, in that case.
Oh, okay, one of them is fine.
Alright, Dragon Master taking on King Helmasaur, Azazaz going into Mimic Cave. And the results? Small key, Swamp Palace!
So, T-Rock with the value unlocks 2 dungeons.
But so does King Helmasaur, Golden Sword!
You better believe it.
That joke was marginally acceptable. Now, during that excitement, I'd actually missed if Pod was a crystal.
This is why I'm glad to have a tracker like Dude around. As we're at the 1:16 mark, you're watching the Keysanity Tournament, round 3 here on Speed Gaming.
And if I do see Dude's tracking correctly, Thieves Town is the 3rd crystal. Or 3rd pendant, excuse me. Which means...
Oh, process of elimination. Oh, which means... I think my pet is dead. But the literacy has been found.
Oh, no, hold on. We have a confirmed misclick. It's not known yet. Pedestal is technically still alive.
Laser bridge literacy and not a whole lot else.
Well, hopefully Armos Knights give us something.
Besides a crystal?
I mean, admittedly, we are running out of good things to get here, but Thieves Town Big Key would help. At least until we get confirmation as to whether it is a crystal or pendant. However, Pedestal is most likely dead at this point regardless.
So, I believe at this point we are item go mode?
Well, we need knowledge at this point. If Thieves Town is a crystal, the only thing the pedestal can have is the big key to that dungeon. Otherwise...
Armos just had bombs, by the way.
Otherwise, the dream is fully dead. So yeah, only 1 item. Unless you want to count a shovel fetch quest to the big key, which we haven't seen the shovel yet, so it's possible.
Also, speaking of fetch quests, Azazas is yet to go baddie.
Well, let's see what Sahasrara has. Piece of heart.
Little bit of love.
Melissa Angel, the Ganon's Tower big key was in Link's house. Dragon Master heading towards Ice Palace, I believe.
Yep, that looks like his call.
This will be good because then, if I'm seeing everything correctly, Dragon Master will have access to the Pyramid Fairy. As soon as Azazaz completes the Eastern Palace, he will also have access.
And we'll have Convergence and Plan, just not necessarily at the same time because Dragon's just starting Ice Palace, yet Azazaz is pretty much done with Eastern.
Indeed. Silver arrows make this boss a joke.
Silver arrows make a lot of things a joke.
Fair point. Alright, folks. We need to figure out where the Thieves' Town Big Key is. Don't really have a good guessing game to go with this, but where do you think it's going to be today? As far as possible locations go right now, the entirety of Swamp Palace has not been explored. We have Spike Cave available, Pyramid Ferry, MC Hammer's Vault, also known as Hammerpeg Cave, Mad Batter, Bombos Tablet. We have access to a few more chests in Desert Palace. And we have Ether Tablet. Where do you think it's going to be?
Chat seems to be leaning in the swamp direction. There are 10 items, so...
But Azazaz is going to check out the Pyramid Ferry first.
K45 was a big 20. Azazaz is gonna check the Pyramid Ferry. Okay.
2 items available in this locked away, or rather hard bomb to wall away, words are bad right now, area.
In this locale, yeah.
Thank you. But going to check the ledge first, or forgot he already did, I guess.
Also helps to drop the bomb off first. Yeah, Pyramid Ledge is a big 20.
Alright, what do we got here? Left side! Map! To Thieves' Town, that's key!
We get knowledge.
And heart. Alright, let's see. It's
Blue
a...
pendant!
Nope! Pedestal's dead.
Rip bed.
That means Swamp Palace is our last crystal location.
We know where the small key is. We know where the big key is. Is it time to make a call?
No. Well, actually, double checking.
Oh, T-Rock key missing. No.
Yeah. We still need one more small key to Turtle Rock. Technically, by logic, we probably should have another Ganon's Tower small key, but we can get away with one if we're extremely careful.
And they can so totally be in GT.
So, at this point, we are looking for...
Well, if it's a T-Rock small key that's missing, that could be the pedestal item. Because the
One
logic
of
also
two.
says we need 4. Logic says you need all 4, because you can't get locked. Unless with the 1-to-1 key logic, the Lava Island has a vanilla key. Extremely unlikely, but possible.
That is a good point. Yes, Luna and Eclipse. Pedestal is surprisingly not dead yet. We are missing one more key. We need one Turtle Rock small key. And that is still possible on the pedestal.
So, it's not quite dead yet, so it's the Monty Python Black Knight.
I can still fight. I may not have any arms, but I can still fight. Oh, Azazaz is finally going into Dark Escape.
Yeah, this was a thing.
Alright, Azazaz. Hope you enjoy your big key to Palace of Darkness.
A breadcrumb that it turns out to be instead a stale crouton. Possibly with mold growing on it.
I thought croutons were decent if they were a little stale.
a little stale.
Ah. So right now, looking at all the different counts, hold on. We're going to see at least the
Castle
first chest.
Tower.
We can only see the first chest right now, but no one has checked this yet. Dragon Master on cold stare right now.
Pod compass.
Not what we're looking for.
Cold stare melts easily to the power of cholesterol as Dragon Master gets the crystal and red mail.
So now we have to think what is left here for our runners. We need one key, but we don't know where it is. We have a few dungeons left to take out. No one has dived into Swamp Palace yet.
Looks like Azaz gonna go finish pod. Dragon Master going to swamp, it seems.
I don't think Dragon Master went to the Pyramid Ferry, so that may be done first. It depends on routing choices here. That looks like a Pyramid Ferry check.
Yep, you were right.
As now taking care of the remaining items.
And thanks to that compass, we will see that this is a full clear.
Wait, hold on a second. Azaz has to do the hammer jump again. If he forgets, okay, he's got the bombs ready. Oh, trying to do it without the buffer and gets it!
Wow!
Wow.
If somebody could generate a Clipperino there, hopefully without the request of the Clipperino in the clip, that's amazing execution right there.
Indeed. Dragon Master flexing the arm a bit before finding out that Thieves' Town will soon be pointless. Unless, of course, we have to go in there for that
For the
one.
key. I mean, Blind could be holding that key. It could be a pedestal. It could be literally anywhere.
We don't know yet. We just know that it cannot be the lava chest.
And Dragon Master doing the castle tower check.
Hope you enjoy your compass. I think not. Okay, so at this point, you know, the only dungeons we have available technically.
Is Dragon Master going to T-Rock?
Dragon Master did not go into T-Rock yet.
But he went to the mountain from the flute. Spike Cave.
Spike Cave is possible, but he may end up going... No, he's going to Spike Cave. I think that's an excellent call.
Got the cape now, so you have the invincibility item necessary and half magic.
However, with 13.5 hearts, it may be possible to just bum rush it without even needing the cape. Just need to use excellent hookshot strats.
Very excellent hookshot strats.
Not even trying to do dash strats.
Trying to Iron Man it.
Can't Iron Man it all the way. You have to use some invincibility for the big block. Inside the normal boomerang. Well, that's one location knocked out. As Azazaz takes on the Helmasaur King, Dragon Master is going up Death Mountain again.
Going
And
to
heading
rock
east.
side.
I am surprised that Dragon Master didn't check out the Ether Tablet prior to going to Spike Cave now that I think about it.
But he doesn't have the book.
You're right, you have to go into Turtle Rock for the book first.
Going to T-Rock for the book, to Ether to find it's a complete bust.
Well, we don't know if it's a bust just yet.
I'm hoping it's a bust, though.
What if it's book that leads to shovel to small key to Turtle Rock?
That would not be a bust.
Now, where is Azazaz heading off to? Back to Link's house. I think we're gonna see a Swamp Palace dive right now.
Or that fetch quest you were mentioning, instead of putting that at the end, you put a castle tower key at the end, and you start going breadcrumbing that direction.
Let's find out. Dragon Master into Turtle Rock proper. Azazaz heading into Swamp Palace. There's the water flow.
So as we cross the hour-and-a-half mark, be sure to give these runners a follow. Give a follow the rest of the staff here. These folks are putting on a great show for us, either on the camera or behind the scenes.
And that does include my partner, JTN2002.
Why, thank you, and of course couldn't do this without you, Wolfman. Been a pleasure working with you once again, commentating. Just a different mode than last time.
It's just open mode with the keys shuffled around. It's not that different. You just have to deal with more double dips, potentially.
Yeah, that is, I guess, the one key difference. Sorry.
Yeah, you just have to map things out a little differently, that's all.
Just make sure the compass is pointing in the right direction.
We are becoming the Statler and Waldorf at this point.
This kind of thing just, I suppose, happens when you get to this level where you're just waiting for that one thing, and it's just a matter of looking on the screen until there it is. Now, I almost saw this happen last week. Azaza's over in Swamp Palace. He picks up the hookshot key. Do you want to explain what drowning the key is? To those who might be new to this.
Oh boy. Azaz picked up a key that you normally get after you get the hook shot. With that key, you can flip the switch that's upcoming, nice 300, that is to the northwest of the big chest right here. If you flick that switch before you pick up the key at the bottom, that's called drowning the key. There's the big key, there's the small key to Turtle Rock in the big chest. And Azaz, why don't you make the call, JTN?
That would be go mode, because Azaz's saying, to heck with that west side of Swamp, I'm just gonna go fight me and Argus and get on with this mess.
At the 1 hour 33 minute mark, Azaz has everything needed to finish this seed. Sorry, JTN, no pedestal check this time. We're gonna have to wait for the end credits to get an idea.
It might be there, it may not be required, but it may be there.
So... Desert Palace small key. Too little too late there, game.
Yeah. I mean, it's there are 2 items you can check, but 2 items you really don't have to check. So Swamp was the play.
Yeah, we had early access to it, and then once we found that small key in Mimic Cave, Turtle Rock was a required double dip effectively.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, we have quick access to Ganon's Tower now.
Dragon Master getting the Swamp small key, realizing, oh, okay.
Lena D's, the Ganon's Tower big key was in Link's house.
Yep, Link had it whole time. So with that, it looks like Azaz is off to Ganon's Tower, so I get to say something.
Not
else I
yet.
love to.
Not yet. Asazas has to
I
finish
will-
Turtle Rock first.
Fair enough, I will get my script ready in that case.
Now, what was in this chest that Dragon Master is about to open? Big 20. Okay, I had missed that earlier.
Either it was just so insignificant you put it out of your mind. Nice navigation around that first fire bar for Dragon Master, though. Second one
Yeah, but
always
taking
hits you.
taking damage in that room is near always guaranteed, especially if you don't have the hook shot out. Wait a second. Right, Dragon Master did have to do the double dip, so we're consistent on that. Azaz heading towards Turtle Rock has to go through the whole dungeon again, but now with that third key, TNT175 may have called it. This could be a sub 2 hour Keysanity run.
And TNT, I have a script for one thing that will happen once all crystals are obtained by one of our runners.
But first, we have to make our way towards Trinex. Dragon Master is making the interesting play, leaving the portal by Spiral Cave. As long as he comes back to it, he could take care of... Actually, I'm trying to wonder why that play was done. Do you have an idea, JTN?
Maybe he's going off to catch some fairies for safety?
Nope, going to Ether Tablet, I think.
Ah! Because he just got the book, it's close enough, might as well. We know it's not going to be useful, but...
Well, maybe. This could be the 4th Turtle Rock key.
Nope, it's
Nope.
Compass.
Of Ice
Ice
Palace.
Palace. Argus is at the bottom.
I was hoping, okay?
Or, no, Cold Stairs at the bottom. Argus is in the swamp, which is where Dragon Master is going.
And soon, Dragon Master will be in go mode. However, Azaz is now in the dark... Ooh. So that was what was done. Take the extra loop. But now will Azaz get through this part without damage? Nope, just tanking it.
Might as well when you got red mail.
Kind of, sort of. The thing is, since that is a hazard more than an enemy, it always deals the same amount of damage.
Same as the spikes in Spike Cave, which is why you can't tough it out.
Exactly. Same as the Beamos as well. Speaking
Dragon
of...
Master getting Bombo's tablet out of the way.
One vowel difference. Close enough. There's the
Bottle
4th bottle.
Another B. Was that 3 Bs in bottles this run?
I believe so. Trinex, meet Golden Sword. I don't think the two get along that well. Either that or it's a one-sided relationship.
Yeah, Trinex does not like that bad cholesterol. Man, he couldn't even get into his final end phase in time.
Barely did, it looked like. What's the item? Piece of heart. Alright, JTN, that is the 7th crystal. I want to hear what you have prepared.
So, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, there are 22 items in the basement of Ganon's Tower. We're going to see absolutely 0 because the GT Big Key was at Link's house all along. No guessing game today.
But what if I want to guess?
Negative 200, roughly?
That works.
I don't think either of our runners actually started in Link's house, if I remember back to the very beginning.
One of them did.
Oh, so for one of them, it was item number 1 in the entire game. Wow.
Yeah, I think it was Azazas that started in Link's house.
Well, once this is over, we know we got the clip rating. And Azaz charging straight up. Now, here is an interesting question I always like to pose when you're going up GT in Go mode like this. Do you open the chests on the way up or not?
Based off of the current equipment loadout, we have Red Mail, check. Golden Sword, check. Lot of Arrows, check.
Riot Shield, check.
We don't care. So, in this case, I think our runners will be kind Hylians and leave Moldorm's last possessions alone. Of course, they could decide to be thieves in the end and just check it because we, Twitch chat, I like you all, but sometimes you get a little on the crazy side with that.
Yeah, people get a little opinionated when it comes to the inevitable conclusion chest, as I like to call it. And I like this play by Azaza saying, I don't want to deal with this mess. I'm just going to medallion everything. Or at least medallion that room.
Well, the skeletons, it makes sense. Even with the golden sword, if you don't time that swing right, they just jump back and throw a bone at you.
I mean, normally when we're asking for the seed not to troll, we're asking for it to throw us a bone, but we don't appreciate it in that way.
I guess it's the game telling us that we have to work on our sense of humor.
Guess we're being punished for our sense of humor?
Okay, I was at least naming a bone there.
Well, we've been heavy on the puns today, so I figured that would fit. And we had to throw some puns out there. We didn't even see what Blind had to say today.
That is actually a fair point. The gauntlet is completed. Azazaz is taking care of the final batch of Wizrobes. Argus is being defeated by Dragonmaster.
And we will soon start seeing Trolldorm number 2.
4 chests at the top of Ganon's Tower after the double quad torches.
Even when you're Go mode, I've seen the room with the mini Helmosaurs. Sometimes people open that left chest because it's not really that far out of your walking path.
Well, we're about to see. Dragonmaster has the 6th crystal. Azazaz is getting the key and leaving those first 2 chests alone. And Dragon Master knows where to go now. Double fairy chest, what is in here? We're
A
not
mystery.
gonna find out. Hello there, Trolldorm.
One spin of butter.
Goodbye there, Trolldorm. Alright, kind or cruel today? Kind.
The world may never know.
Unless Dragon Master chooses to be cruel.
That's why I said the world may never know. We still don't know.
Excellent point. Here's Agatu, everyone.
Thankfully, the blue balls only come from the real Aghanim. Oh, that's a horrible spread.
So was that. Yeah, some of these positions, it's difficult to even get one attack in.
Oh,
look at this
that's
one.
a nice one.
Oh, the fireball got launched outside of the balcony. Alright.
And there we go. Agatu is down. Big Pig incoming with his words of wisdom for the day.
As Dragon Master is now approaching the end of Turtle Rock. Hope you enjoyed your second to last appearance, Lava Island Chest. Alright, Ganon, what do you have to say to us today? Another Landslug discussion. I had that last time.
I had the midnight snack last time.
Well, right now, Ganon may end up becoming the Midnight Snack if you enjoy eating your defeated final bosses. We're already done with Phase 2, I believe.
Yep, Asazas is buttering up the pig nicely.
Right now, we have those two torches lit at a decent 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Just have to keep the flame going. Uh-oh, we have the crust falling. Alright,
No
we
torch
have...
glitch today.
But we do have a skewered pig.
A doubly skewered pig.
One more shot, and I believe this pig is going to be almost done. It still has a little bit of life in it. And
Well
done. Of course, we have to make sure we don't fall, and then we can actually call this.
Yeah, if you fall here, you get to face him again. It's like Trolldorm 2.
Alright, we have escaped the kitchen, and thus Azaz has gotten first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, 21 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat, everyone.
And the Triforce couldn't have said it better. You win! The unknown items so far with this race are the two Castle Tower keys, ironically enough. Magical Boomerang, Shovel, Cane O'Brien, and some GT small keys, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we only had one Ganon's Tower small key in this. So right now we are hoping that Azazaz will join us for an interview. And with that, I do believe we have asazas in the commentator's booth. GG!
Hello, thank you.
So, thoughts on that first chest?
Well, that was funny. So yeah, it's been a few seats which turned for me in a Gun Tower big key hand at the end. So it was refreshing to have something different for a change.
How about all those early big keys?
Yeah, and in the end, the thing that gave me the most trouble was another big key. Ironically, yeah, that Palace of Darkness key. I actually thought I was at a big disadvantage because it was just at a location just available so early, you know.
Yeah, it's those one-off, out-of-the-way locations that you just want to put off because you can't route them well. And sometimes they put off, sometimes they don't.
I actually think I did some. Just my decision making in general in this seed was not good, but I lucked out at the end. For example, that Sora, I wasn't able to manage the money properly, and like I had when I had Swamp Palace open, yes, I decided to go to Fat Fairy instead, which in turn gave me the big key I needed. But I mean, those are several decisions that I regretted it.
That was a while. It was a while also until we knew which definitively were the Crystal versus Pendant dungeons. Took the map for Thieves Town late for us to find that out.
Yeah, that as well. But also that was really good about Fat Fairy. Yes, I think that was not the best place to go with Swamp open, but it ended up working out for me.
I honestly,
That far out of the way. Go ahead.
I honestly figured you were going to check Pyramid Fairy either right when you did or immediately after Swamp Palace, so it was a good play regardless.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, knowing Swamp is a pendant, and that I mean the keys may as well be there, and there's more occasions.
Speaking of keys and locations, there was one on the pedestal today.
Oh yeah, I never checked that.
The credits told us that one because neither of you did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm actually not looking at the game right now, but oh well.
So that could have been T-Rock key number 4 for all we know. The world may never know.
Or it could have been the Ice Palace small key. There are 2 of those, I believe.
Yeah, none show that for me.
Yeah, Ice Palace Bomb Jump pretty much makes those as useless as single rupees.
Having one is okay, just so you don't have to like clear it twice, basically. But it's not such a big deal.
So what are your takeaways from the seed overall? Pretty good? Not so hard? It seemed pretty tame to me compared to some of the others I've seen.
Really, really tame. I actually was 20 seconds short on my PP.
Wow.
I screwed up on the Ganon fight big time, but really tame as far as Keysanity seeds go. Like extremely kind. Just the only thing that maybe was a little bit nasty was the sword situation for most part of the game.
Dragonmaster, that is why you don't open Moldorm's last possessions. Chose to fire the arrows he just got.
So the other thing that I'm usually curious about at the end of one of these is total items checked. Azazas, it seems like your credit roll has stalled, so if you're able to get that going, we can see exactly how many items have been checked. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty low with how well the seed went.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Master dealing with Aga 2.
Handling the patterns pretty well here. Yeah, Zaza, Aga 2 was not very kind to you in where he was positioning himself in his clones.
Not at all. I didn't manage that well at all. I didn't feel good about either that Aghanim 2 fight or the Ganon fight. 154 items in the end. It's alright.
Under 160, pretty good. Not often we see a number that low. I know, Wolfman, you've seen probably a few more of these maybe than I have. I'm usually seeing things the 160s or 170s at the end of these.
Lower than 160 is rare for me.
Yeah, I've been trouble to get
no.
under 180.
Oh no!
Sorry, Azazaz, but we just saw a Ganon fall. Fortunately, Fairy was on hand.
Phew.
So while you had struggled a little bit with the Phase 4, Dragon Master Phase 2 ended up being the tricky one, but he's still fighting.
At least Ganon's not being too trolly with the teleports.
That is true. Phase 4. Gets the torch glitch. Nice.
Gets the double, even nicer.
And the coup de grace. Now, Dragon Master just has to not fall.
Wait for the bridge, then you can go.
And wait. Firing one more arrow for good measure. Dragon Master has finished the race with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 57 minutes, 15 seconds.
Both runners under 2 hours. Nicely done.
And I think Dragon Master has a few words involving that seed. GG, sir.
Death by keys.
But the big keys were all so early. How can you say death by keys?
Death by small keys. Little cuts at a time.
Oh, like that Swamp Palace key in Mimic Cave?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, please let there be a small key here for Turtle Rock up here.
Unfortunately not. You were expected to leave that area to go to Swamp Palace to get the third Turtle Rock small key. We actually haven't found the fourth one yet. And we may
wondering
not.
about that. I was
It
like,
might
okay,
be vanilla.
I knew that. Okay, I had Swamp and Thieves Town left. I didn't know which is which. I needed the small key from Swamp or the big key from Thieves Town. It's like, okay, which one of these am I going to find? And then I found out that the map for Thieves Town, I found, okay, it's pendant. I know what I'm looking for now. That small key from T-Rock, man.
Yeah, good thing both of you had that big key to Swamp Palace. Otherwise, this would have taken a lot longer.
Yeah.
So,
I just felt like I checked too much Overworld at the time. I should have dungeon dived a little bit. I wanted to go into Pod earlier, but I didn't have the money after I did Zora.
that reminds me, Azazaz, you did not go check King Zor's item, did you?
I didn't. I mismanaged my money, so I didn't have enough when I went up there.
It's okay, it was just a compass.
Yeah, just a compass.
Yeah, I mean, I lucked out, but that's really bad, especially in Keysanity. there's like double or more required items to beat the game.
And with that early... Go ahead.
He just sold a $500 nacho plate.
But it was also good routing in the fact you had the mirrors so early you could route Catfish and Zora together.
Well, that is why I didn't jump pod. I had made the choice early on that, okay, if I don't have the mirror, I'm going to go to pod, because I had all the small keys already so much. But if I do have the money, I'm going to go to Zora first, because I can knock out that whole area. I saw that small key, get that small key, which, I'm going to say that was a pod key?
I want to say so as well, yeah.
And both of you hammer yumping very successfully, not needing all 6 pod keys.
Yeah, hammer yum is pretty important in Keysanity.
Indeed, that one key is like, okay, I'm good. Don't need to find one item now.
So, any other thoughts regarding this seed?
Definitely could have been a fast seed.
Yeah, for sure. It was faster than your average Keysanity seed.
Yeah. Oh, the key on the pedestal. Wonder what key that was.
The world will never know.
Unless one of you resets your emulator, goes back in, and goes to clear Desert Palace and pull it and find out. But we're not going to know because we're getting pretty much near the end here. There's one more race today, if you're wondering, starting 8 o'clock Eastern. So in a couple minutes, over on SG2, we've got Someone 325 and Gazelshef, and also the Lost Carol and Korek.
Indeed. Give it up once more for dragonmaster0283 and asazas. Please give them a follow if you haven't already.
Likewise, throw a follow over to our tracker dude. Couldn't have done it without his information in the bottom of our screens. Likewise, Wolfman2000 couldn't have done it without your handy expertise in knowing what was available to our runners as we were going. And that's pretty much all I've got. The only mystery still left is, Dragon Master, how many items did you end up collecting?
I don't know. Let me fast forward it. Make it easy.
And don't forget to follow JTN2002 while we wait for that final item count. But yeah. Asazas, you are now 2-1. Dragon Master, you are 1-2. Both of you are technically still in the tournament, so hopefully you can put on an excellent show for the remaining 2 weeks of the Swiss stages.
Actually, I'm out of the tournament, but hey, I'm in the meme round now.
Well, hopefully you'll at least stick around.
I'm definitely sticking around. Hey, the next couple of matches, it's all memes now.
So, what types of memes should we be expecting?
More arrows to the frozen bird toss. I mean, I kind of felt bad for the bird. I gave him a silver arrow to the face.
Yeah.
Also,
and that bird never gets left.
Was I the only one that found that sword so late, or did Azad take it a long time to find the sword too?
Which one?
The first sword.
Which was in...
Uncle.
Well,
I think you were comparable.
No, not Uncle. Oh, Old Man. Yeah, Old Man. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Old Man, yeah.
Yeah, pretty late, like half an hour in, almost 40 minutes in, I think.
I mean, the whole time I was thinking of sequence breaking up there since, okay, yeah, it's not a problem, and no sword.
So there we have it, 161 to 154 on the item count.
And with that, we need to send things over to Speed Gaming 2 so that you guys can get some more randomizer action. However, if you guys wish to stick with this channel, you've still got options.
What kind of options do we have?
Who wants to see a Super Metroid race at 8:30?
Well, there's a classic.
Point is, you've got plenty of options available, both Zelda and not Zelda today. However, our timers are about to expire. So, for Dude, our tracker, for our runners, dragonmaster0283 and asazas, for my commentary partner, JTN2002, this is Wolfman2000 saying, until next time, watch out for Trolldorm.